Alright, welcome back to the VLR Community Cup Oceania. Today we have Gentinels versus Ketamine Korp. On defense we have Ketamine Korp, and on attack we have Gentinels. And I'm joined by Reddy today. I'm Dr. Cube, and we are your casters. And we have the 5 stack of Yos hovering so far. That's a good start. This should be an interesting game. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't actually seen a lot of Split. Like, because ever since like last act, I've been on like a short break from the actually playing the game. Been watching a lot of the game, but haven't been playing a whole lot. So it'll be interesting to see some gameplay on Split firsthand.
Yeah, I think people are still trying to get readjusted to the map changes, and Split is a very close range map, and I guess people are still used to the long range duels, which they usually take on Icebergs and Ascent.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we should expect to see some judge gameplay here. Interesting that we see a Reyna locked already. I guess this not being a tier 1 tournament, it makes sense that we're gonna have some Reyna players, but yeah, we'll see.
YouTube isn't
live.
live.
I think the most interesting rounds.
YouTube isn't live.
Oh
wait, what?
YouTube is not.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so as I was saying, I feel like the most interesting rounds for this match will definitely be the pistols, because since you're being forced into more close range battles, I feel like pistols and weapons like stingers and specters will also shine.
Welcome back
versus the rifles.
Yeah, definitely. I think we'll have to wait and see how things go, but I think these short-range fights are definitely going to be very important as far as like the player skills, because some people are amazing at taking duels from across the map, but I know at least for me, certainly short-range fights can be a struggle sometimes. So I guess we'll see from the players. But here we are. The comps have been locked, and it looks like things are pretty normal. I think the weirdest thing we're seeing here is Melody from Gentinels on the Reyna. Also, just for the record, for anyone watching the stream, we are just going to be using their players' IGNs in-game, just because we do not currently have a list of who is who as far as like the registered names for the tournament goes. So we will just be using the IGNs, but these should all be the original rosters for these two squads. But yeah, this should be interesting. Once again, Ketamine Korp on the defender side, and it looks like fight is AFK. Interesting. I'm not too sure if that's intentional.
Cover going out.
Okay, the dog from we just spotted all 4 members of Genitals. Let's see if they still commit to this. Flash goes out. Still not much fights being taken yet. I think
Fight's back.
Okay. I think Ketamine Korp is just waiting for the rest of the teammates to enter for a retake. Genty gets 1 kill into CT. Melody follows up with a trade. Flash goes down. Melody gets another. It's down to a 3v4. Really good trades being taken down. It's a 1v3 situation. Melody's low.
Ketamine Korp, sorry, on this retake, it is down to a 1v1. Danny getting 2 kills back. Chum straight through the cyber cage. Will they be able to close it out? But Danny in the 1v3 closes out the pistol round.
That was a really good reposition from Danny.
Clutch.
Did you guys not use the party chat, by the way? Oh my god. Wait, is party chat going through the stream? Oh, party chat isn't going through. Okay. Can I turn off party chat? I don't know. The players are talking in party chat. This is very annoying.
Okay, but anyway, going to the second round, looks like Genitals are forced into a much scrappy buy with Sheriff, small shields, a few frenzies, whereas Ketamine Korp. Wait, Danny's still on the ghost.
Alright.
Okay,
Well, we have just seen a skirmish go down in B main, it looks like Ketamine Core have come out pretty much on top of this with the rifles bought into this round. It is going to be, fight with the Phantom. I was going to say it was a fairly light buy coming out from Ketamine Core in the back of the pistol round, but fight on the Phantom wasn't actually in that confrontation in B main at all, so hasn't really taken any damage so far, and he should be good to hold this down. Melody falls, and that's round 2 for fight, and that's, anti-eco.
Yeah, pretty good, very clean round, very good, the good demonstration of fundamentals and basics there. No one overpeaked, everyone pretty disciplined.
Yeah, I mean, it was good trades all around, Ying peeking after Wee Chef, I don't know how to say that. I don't think it matters that much.
Just call him Wee for the rest of the match.
Wee. Activate the French accent. A Wee Chef.
Anyway, I think this is a round which kind of sets the momentum for the rest of the half. A rifle round in place. A very weird buy indeed. We have Kai on the side of Disorder on the operator.
Yeah, why did Kaiser buy an operator round 3? Interesting buy, especially for a Cypher. You'd think that would be dropped over to the Jet, but there it goes, ringing true, finding Charm, and another one through the smoke! Well, I guess that's the operator buy justified here on mid. We have to reclear with the dog. It's gonna spot out Melody and maybe Fapper as well. There's a lot of information here, and you can see on the minimap, there's 3 players up in B Heaven looking to contest this.
Flash goes out, might go for the repeat. And looks like they didn't, the Flash didn't get any information, and Ketamine Corp are back into their default positions. They repositioned back into, a much deeper position here.
Yeah, and I think this is good from Ketamine Core, right? You have the numbers advantage, you're just going to play back. Dunny here, good for 1, can't quite get a second, info coming out. Wee Chef, not too sure how I feel about just the solo peek off the Flash.
30 seconds left.
Does fall, and now it's a 3v2. Ying from Hell picks up 2 with the Spectre, and like you said, it's those close corners that you have to check on split. There's a lot of them, a lot of angles to clear, and if you're not careful, you can end up falling like that to a worse weapon, and it's 3 rounds to start for Ketamine Core. Korp, Core.
I think Gen had a pretty clear-cut idea of what they want to do, but those 2 kills from the smoke, through the smoke by Kai, just completely caught them off guard and absolutely, I guess, obliterated their plan.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the second one was definitely through smoke, but I think the first one wasn't. The first one, the Omen smoke, was still falling, which is definitely a mistake from Gentinels having peaked before the smoke fell. Here we have 2 Cyphers, both with snipers. Kaiser actually coming out on the back foot against the Marshal. Fight looking to play aggressive, but is going to fall off after missing that shot. A lot of info here. And look at the minimap. There's a pretty heavy rotation for Ketamine Core as the fight comes in towards Heaven. Kaiser really low. Yeah, Kai is really low here. The dog should be seeing a lot here, and fight immediately going into run behind them in A main. Doesn't find any, does get spotted. But yeah, here's just the better weaponry coming out for Ketamine Core. A few trades from Fapper, but at the end of the day, he is just going to run away with the spike, looking to get the plant down, get that extra money. Ketamine Core is aware of it, and they should have definitely heard those shots, and they should know what's going their way.
30 seconons left.
Plant goes down.
Overall, a pretty good round from Ketamine Corp. But I feel like Genitals, even though okay, that name is really weird. I
think it's Gentinels, right? It's meant to be Sentinels, but Gentinels.
Right. So as I was saying, Gen, even though they are on a half buy, I feel like they should play for a win. I feel like they're just forcing into fights and just playing for the sake of the round to get over. They're not trying to, play for kills or try to play for the win.
I suppose. I guess, like, it's a good idea, right? Just sort of 5-man rushing it down, hoping to get some value from those cheaper weapons, but at the same time, it would also be nice to see a bit more of a structured approach, maybe running a bit more of a default rather than just trying to throw your head against the better weaponry. And to be fair, if those shots had gone a little bit better, they could have found Kaiser a little bit earlier, and things might have gone a little bit differently. But you know, it did end up being a loss, and it's now 4-0. But it is going to be an equal buy here.
Okay, this round looks a little bit better. Feels like we're having a bit more structure from Gen, as we have a mid lurk from Melody here. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Sage Wall is there though.
An early pick from Ethel. And they're forced into a rotate towards mid, but it has brought the rotations of Ketamine Korp all the way to A Heaven.
Yeah, I think they're used to these. Yeah, they're used to these hard rushes, but Ying is aware of it on top of the wall.
Chum with the quick 2 trades.
Yeah.
Really well played by him.
Chum traded it right back. Still a 2v3. Make that a 2v2 as WeChef gets one back at mid. The plant is going to go down on B. Seekers will spot out the positions of both, so I would say it's probably favored for Ketamine here. They do know where the Reyna is, dropping down, and WeChef finds it in the smoke. Frapper finds one down to the 1v1, and the TP is seen by Kaiser and closed out for Ketamine Core.
Holy shit. We with the Phantom Supremacy being sure that he jumps down and instantly gets the headshot. Recoil reset on the Phantom definitely helped him win that fight.
Yeah, that is definitely a Phantom moment right there, just jumping out of heaven and immediately shooting.
But I think that was a bit of a blunder from, I think it was Ying or Fapper, if I'm correct.
I think it was Melody. Melody was the one who was in the, what is it, B...
No, I'm talking
CT.
about the TP misplay.
Oh, the misplay. Yeah, no, that was Fapper. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Ying died
that
at
was
mid.
a bit of a blunder from Fapper. I think if he just maintained that position, he would have had a better chance of winning that 1v1.
Yeah, definitely, because like you're in the smoke, like even though they know your general location, they don't know exactly where you are because, you know, the fight went down in the smoke. So he could have gone around to Pillar and played some mind games there, but the TP was a very bold choice. Anyway, early pick towards A. Fight with that operator now off the Cypher. Finds another one onto Fapper. And this is clean. Clinical out from Ketamine Core. Danny picks up a nice double, as does Fight. And yeah, it looks like Gentinels is just struggling to find a response here.
They're kind of lost, and I feel like when you're lost, you just keep on repeating the same plays over and over again, irrespective of the mistakes that caused the round loss. And again, it felt like a repeat of the half-by round where they just pushed the site and got obliterated.
Exactly,
like
yeah, they're just pushing into the operator.
Strategy and structure from Gen if they want to climb back.
Yeah, and look at this. Fight's read this so well. He's brought the operator all the way over. Omen flash misses. First pick comes out. Dash should be popped, finds a second, and he's out. He's getting chased though. Still alive, still looking for kills here. Will he find the third? Onto Melody, he does! Fight with the operator. He is really getting all the impact needed off this Jet pick. And this is why I think Jet is just a little bit better than Reyna on this map. Actually, probably a lot better if we're talking competitive games here.
Especially with the operator and, Jet's updraft, where you can easily reposition yourself to an off angle, get a quick pick, and immediately dash away.
Yeah, because I mean, when we think of Jet, like, we're thinking of a fast, flashy, offensive agent, but on defense with the operator, she can be unstoppable, especially on a map like Split.
And especially with the assisting utility from Sky, you can easily, play for a flash and peek off of it and get really easy picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, Fapper and Chum in a 2v5 scenario. Looks like they're just going to be playing for picks. This flash should be giving info to V that both of them are towards mid.
Yeah, but Fapper still not clearing, yeah. I mean, I've seen pro players in tier 1 not clearing that angle, so... But you would have hoped that they would have heard the flash close and maybe considered it, but...
I was about to say the same thing. The flash, you could hear the flash being released from a very close angle, so I thought they would have cleared the top, close right.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, we're back to a rifle round. Again, they're just grouping up towards A. There's going to be a repeat.
Yeah, I think what I would like to see Gentinels do is challenge the Sage wall mid. Like, it's being placed almost immediately. You can look at the mini-map. The Sage is ready to place it right there.
Still had the first contact, but Fight still wins that fight.
Yeah. See, here's the Sage Wall down now. Yeah, I think they need to challenge that Sage Wall immediately. Just destroy it so they have the option of going towards B Heaven later on in the round once all the Sage Slorbs and everything have cleared. I think it's just a bit one-dimensional rushing aside at the moment, and even though a bit more spread out now... Oh, Fight, okay. A bit aggressive there.
Way too overconfident for that.
Yeah, but the res is going to come out.
That's true. And I feel like the key to winning a round in split is having that mid control. If you do not have that mid control, it just makes a round a whole lot harder to win out.
Yeah, oh, Ying losing to Zombie Man as well. This is suddenly looking a little bit more winnable for Gentinels here. It is still a 4v4 after the Sage res, and it looks like Gentinels, despite having a lot of control on B, is just going to run it back towards mid, and even towards A. Skydog will reclear a decent amount. Melody, though.
Really nice.
Yeah, I think Reshef maybe needs to calm down a little bit here. Oh, res out. Well, Gentinels, this is the best chance they've had.
Kind of, put a chip on his shoulder and they're just peeking everything now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but then again, I remember a few cases of Reshef peeking just on their own off a flash earlier on in the round, and it didn't go great.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Gets one. 5 gets a trade.
Yeah, Gentinels should have this in the bag here. 2v4. It's maybe doable if Fight goes huge here, but we will see. Yeah, through the smoke. Danny probably doesn't have a chance. Yeah, Gentinels. It's a little bit messy and a little bit all over the place. I think they probably won that off a few careless fights from Ketamine Core that they did not need to take. Like, if we look back to some of the earlier rounds, I think around 2 or 3, where once they had those opening picks, they just fell back. If they had been playing like that, I don't think Gentinels would have won that round. They wouldn't have gotten that Sage res. They wouldn't have gotten 2 free kills, essentially.
Yeah,
so,
I think,
yeah.
like, the key for split is definitely breaking that mid wall the instant it's deployed. Because
yeah, definitely.
Essentially what you're doing is giving them extra map control, and both, the defenders can just basically group up on either edge of either A side or B side and basically live mid for free because they know the Sage wall is there. And that just makes it harder for the attackers to hit. But the moment the mid wall is, broken, one person has to be dedicated towards mid. And
yeah, and here they are challenging it now. Yeah, we saw in the last round, Melody found some value from the middle flank there. And it looks like they're looking to challenge it this time, but it will be Ying to receive. Does miss those shots, unfortunately. Falls off the angle.
And he gets a pick into male.
Yeah, Ying's under a lot of pressure here. Falling back is the play. Does get Father, and
again,
yeah, I think
Ying was just full moving and he gets that kill.
Yeah, I think Ying maybe stuck around a little bit too long there. I don't even think he should have gone for the 1. I think he should have just fallen back to regroup with his team there.
But overall, a good bounce back from Gentinels to get those quick 2 picks back into mid.
Yeah, definitely.
I just missed the reload. I think he ran out of ammo and he wasn't able to kill the 3rd person coming out of vents.
Yeah, and I think, like we were saying in the pre-round, this is exactly what Gentinels needed to do, work mid a little bit more. And now on the side of Ketamine Core, I think what we need from them is to maybe play a bit more careful, try to stay alive. Because now that's 2 rounds in a row where maybe some unnecessary fights have been taken. Sure, there was a lot of pressure at mid, and I can understand wanting to make sure they don't pop out immediately, but...
And I also think that Gentinels are also having a better, starting to get a feel of the game and trying to, are figuring out how their opponents are playing. So I think what Ketamine Corp have to do now is maybe be more passive, because they've been aggressive for like pretty much the beginning of this half. I feel like they need to switch their playstyle a little bit to kind of throw Gentinels off guard.
Yeah, Seeker's popped immediately. It's going to be an aggressive play down mid. It's Fight.
Yeah.
Looking to get posted up with this jet dash. No operator, just a vandal.
Push from Ketamine Corp because...
Yeah, I think it's a good response. Like, they played mid last round, so let's make sure we have control this round. And it's looking good so far. I mean, if you look at the mini-map, Gentinels has made very little progress.
Into 4 people now.
Yeah, Fight's gotta be careful here. Finds one! Yeah, Chum, good trade with the operator there.
But still, I don't like that peek from LED. Maybe he was expecting that person to be holding from vents, but he should be aware that they could have been pushed up closer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a jump peek, to be fair. Maybe a little bit sloppy on the mechanics there. Danny, though, picking up a kill at mid. And that's Gentinels not really being aware that that's a possibility. Kaiser in heaven does get 2, traded by Chum. Chum with the operator here.
Yeah.
Only the real...
a lot of Cypher operator supremacy.
Yeah, definitely.
30 seconds left.
Chum in a 1v3 scenario. He's behind Billboard. Takes a few spams.
Yeah, not much you can do with the op there.
In a 1v3 scenario, you'll get quickly traded out. Not an ideal weapon to be holding out.
Definitely. Whether it's holding a retake or being on retake, the operator, not quite what you want to have when you're at a numbers disadvantage, because it's just so slow, right? Like, maybe you get one, but if there's someone there to trade, unless you're like a jet, you're not getting out of there alive.
And Gentinels are lacking a little bit on the mid-round department, because immediately after that aggression in mid, they pivoted to a side, and Ketamine Korp like perfectly read them. And after they recognized that play, they were kind of confused as what to do next. Because your initial play failed, you need to have plan B, plan C, plan D, and you need to make up, decisions on the spot. And I feel like they're struggling with that a little bit.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important round for Gentinels, because if they don't win this one, there's a good chance that, they might not be able to get a complete bye next round. There's a few players that might be able to, but you've got Melody and Fappa who are both very low on the credits, so if they want any chance to bring this to an 8-4, they need to win this one.
I've never seen that trip from Kaiser that he put in the beginning. I've never seen that kind of trip.
Yeah, I don't think that was an actual trip. Surely it wasn't.
Maybe it's to catch out. Actually, never mind. The attackers don't even have a jet. I was about to say maybe it's for the jet who dashes into heaven, but they don't even have a jet. So
yeah,
that trip is definitely interesting.
I think maybe he's just looking around, seeing if he can find some setups on the fly. You never know.
Anyway, a lot of mid pressure being shown again. Kane is going to be dogging in. Doesn't spot the dying vents. I think.
Yeah, there's no smoke. Nothing here.
Flash goes out, but they don't peek off of it, and they're smoked off.
Yeah, chasing Ketamine Core back here, but if you look at the minimap, they're just completely contained in mid. They don't have any space anywhere else on the map. And I think if Ketamine Core were willing to maybe push out a little bit more, you could have flanks here that would have gone completely unnoticed. There's no Cypher utility. There's literally nothing that is holding Gentinels back here, and you can see they have to be very careful reclearing all the space.
Hold up, Gentinels looks like they have the correct read, as Ketamine Korp went for an early rotate as they were predicting an A hit. But audio information is given and Sighted is underway. Sighted is pretty much given to them for free. This is going to be a full-on 5-on-5 retake, which we rarely see in VLR Cups.
Yeah, definitely. Early on in the retake, though, looking good. Yeah, it's a 4v2 here. As much as Gentinels had a good chance here with the spike going down, Ying, clean with it, does get traded, but fight with the operator will close things out. And it's a 9-2.
You got a few picks here and there, but unfortunately was traded out. And again, I feel like Gentinels are still lacking in the post-plant department, where they're just giving them free picks by dry peeking. I feel like you should, force yourself into a more of a crossfire post-plant position where, the enemies run into your line of sight rather than you running into theirs.
Yeah, I think the other thing is they had a split through mid. They came through B heaven, but they immediately all jumped out of heaven. Like, the entire idea of running a split attack on the B site is that you have control in heaven. It makes the retake so much harder if you just put 1 or 2 players in heaven and make sure they can't come up the stairs. But no, they just jumped out of heaven immediately, and suddenly all the space is gone from Gentinels, and that makes the retake a lot easier.
Even if they gave away the mid position, I feel like if even one person went for the late mid flank after the plant, it could have at least helped them a little bit, but they didn't have any ideas for that.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how things go in this round. Again, another 5-stack early presence for Gentinels, this time towards the A site. Not a whole lot of information just yet. Everyone's sort of just holding their ground.
I don't, there's a pet peeve of mine is when people just keep on making footsteps. I think
but
this gives the enemy a lot of information, but irrespective of that, they still win out the fights.
Yeah, that's the A site completely unlocked. Not too sure why they chose not to have the open
Gentinels need
plant.
to do right now is to just be disciplined in their approach. And
Yeah,
they can win this
Melody
out.
winning the fight in heaven. This should be Gentinels rounds. Yep, flawless to finish off the half, and it's 9-3. I think if Gentinels can show a better defense, they definitely have a chance here. It is split after all, notoriously one of the most defender-sided maps in the game. But we'll have to see if Ketamine Korp can maybe show a better attack half than Gentinels. I think Gentinels had maybe a few lucky moments there for the 3 rounds they did get. I think the last round was much better from them, even if it was just winning the gunfights. I think they needed that. The other 2, I think, were just some overconfidence from Ketamine Korp.
I think one more issue for me is all the rounds which Ketamine Korp have won, they have won it convincingly. Whereas Gentinels, their winning rounds, it was an uphill battle, but they were able to manage to take the round. But let's see how this how the next half goes.
Yeah, early dog out. Doesn't actually trip any of the Cypher trips.
Both the players. Chum gets the kill off the trip. Really good trade by Danny. Came with another.
Yeah.
With another kill with the Sheriff. Melody is alone on site with the Ghost. Runs out of ammo, loses that fight.
Yeah, Kaiser's low here. He should not win this. No, not like this. Not again. Not another 1v3.
He is low. Fapper, you don't overthink this. You just play safe.
Oh no, not fake TP. Kaiser has the information with that Cypher cam, and if he checks it in just a second, he will be able to see that Fapper is wrapped around, but the spike is seen. Fapper doesn't know. Oh, he knows where he is!
Oh my god, really well played by Kaiser. They're using his the potential.
This is tense.
But he has
surely.
Okay, looks like he's going for a rotate. And will Fapper realize?
He should realize by now, right? He should have just seen that the spike was taken.
30 seconds left.
But I think... Oh, Kaiser's going...
Kaiser's going...
Oh, this is going to be close.
Fapper has finally realized. I think he will be able to reach heaven as the plant goes down. But the thing is, will he give Kaiser the opportunity to plant and reposition, or will he push him while he's planting? Looks like it's the latter. He's going to be shift walking towards elbow. They're going to completely miss the timing.
If Kaiser goes around, he should have this in the bag.
Is Kaiser aware that he has crossed? I don't think so.
He should know he's close, surely.
Okay, he has come again.
Oh no, the headshot!
Papa goes for the tap.
This is close. Kaiser should have seen that the bomb wasn't being stuck there. And he wins it!
You forget.
That is both pistols now. One off the back of 1v3s from Ketamine Korp. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that is a bad one to lose, especially a 9-3.
Yeah, I think that should be the nail in the coffin for Gentinels right there. I mean, maybe this is just first game jitters. This is the first game they have played here in the Oceania VLR Community Cup, but with that being said, it's still rough, right? Losing in this fashion on your first map, it's probably not great for the mental, but who knows, maybe they'll bring it back.
I think they can afford a force. Let's see how they play this out. Fight dashes in.
Yeah. It is a full force, so this could be dangerous, but fight. Yeah, clean with the opener. Grabs a second as well onto Zombie Man and backside. Yeah, and Chum just peeking out on his own. This is falling apart for Gentinels. This could have been an attempt at a retake, maybe, but that was just one peek at a time, and one by one they all fall. And this is looking like it's going to be 11-3.
I think
a pretty clean bonus.
Were kind of forced to take an initiating fight because they had bad weapons, and you can't usually do a good retake if you have a gun disadvantage. So I think
Well,
that's why they lost their lives in the beginning.
They did force into it, to be fair, so it was probably closer to equal than you would have thought, but that's a flawless win on the bonus against your opposition that forced. So now if you look at the buys coming out for Gentinels, I mean, you have 2 judges, a Vandal, Spectre, and a Bulldog. It's not terrible, but against 5 Spectres, this is still really anyone's game. But
and considering the lack of structure that they have displayed, it will, you know, if they play the same way that they did the previous half, I don't think they'll be able to climb back in.
yeah, for sure. It's very disconnected between the players at the moment, not really having much synergy between them. But, I mean, yeah, the judge. Yeah, there we go. It is traded though. Melody. There is a second line of judges here. We Chef in Heaven though. Yeah, they've just taken Heaven control completely. And there we go. Ketamine Core will pick up the 3rd round, and it's 12-3. It's probably not going anywhere good here for Gentinels. They put everything they had into that last round, and again, the buy is rough here. 2 Guardians, 2 Spectres, and a Bulldog. Not a single full rifle buy coming out. This is rough for Gentinels, but I think it's been pretty good out from Ketamine Core off the back of their loss in the last game. I forget who to because I wasn't there, but I do remember they lost it. So
I think the most important difference between both the teams is that Ketamine Corp are, you know, just fixing their mistakes. Even off of the round losses, they kind of analyze what they've done wrong and they just do not repeat the mistakes.
And this is just brutal. This is all through smokes right now. I think those first 2 kills were just all spam. Yeah, Chum here. He's gonna get spotted in a second, and this is over. Kaiser grabs the final kill, and that's gonna be Ketamine Core taking the map 13-3 against Gentinels. Overall, I think a great game, like we were saying, from Ketamine Core. Rough from Gentinels, but yeah, at the end of the day, that's a GG. Go next.
There were slivers of hope being shown in the attack half, but they kind of, you know, that 1v3 from Kaiser just completely...
Yeah, that shut the half down right there and then. Yeah. Yeah, amazing performance out from Ketamine Core, especially fighting Ying there, and even Kaiser. I think all the players, if anything, were all playing their hearts out. Really good stuff, all of them more than positive. We Chef, geez, 11 assists there, 10, 9, and 11. It's good stuff out from everyone.
It's important to remember that this is a round robin and they will be playing 4 more matches, or 4 to 5 more matches. So, you know, it's not the end of the road yet, and I feel like if they kind of go back onto the mistakes that they have this match and fix them,